Well, guys, Flight 2000 just left. So, I don't know. What are we gonna do? Fuck. I might have a problem. I need more space. Hey guys, Kevin, Golk's Pinball. We got a Knight Rider back in here. This is mine. This is my personal game. I do have a playfield over there in the corner for it. Because, again, I was planning on this being like a project game. And then this popped up for sale, and then you kind of start doing the math. And like this one has new boards. It had a stencil kit done to it. It came with a new coin door skin, so I just have to like move that over and put on a sticker because it's just kind of marred up a little bit right there. Nothing, I mean, besides that, I mean, realistically, it's like kind of hard to see if you're actually doing other stuff. So yeah, I mean, and again, this playfield is actually trying to get to where the lights are. The inserts are sunken in. I mean, kind of typical. Man, I can't, the lights are horrible on this. So I don't want this to sound like I'm being nitpicky or anything like that. I knew what I was buying. I'm 100% happy with this. Because at the price, it's like, well, even by the time I buy new boards, I'd have to find one that's $500 less. And then if I wanted to find one that already had, that had a decent cab, if you want to toss in the stencil kit and the new rails, stuff like that, it's like, well, there's another $500. It's like, okay, so I'd have to find a Knight Rider for like $500 to not make this worth it. The back glass appears to be really good. Honestly, it's kind of one of those things. I saw pictures of it in person. I looked at it for like 10 seconds, talked to him for 2 hours, and then, put it in the car and left because I wasn't really that worried about it. So I'm not complaining at all. I'm just saying if you want to be extremely nitpicky about the stencil kit, yeah, there's flaws. There's some stuff that's not perfectly lined up. Whatever. There's some dirt in here. You can kind of feel occasionally there's like some speckles. But I mean, if you put it down at play height and whatever, you can't tell. You get real nitpicky. You can see that bottom white line, got about a 1/4 inch there on the right, goes to about 0 back there, and then goes back up to a 1/4, But, I mean, it's a solid cab. I can easily redo that if I decide I care. But once you put this between some other games, it's in my arcade, it looks perfect. I am not worried about that. That is an amazing, yes, it has been. So that's either been repainted or repowder coated or something. You can tell. Yeah. Try to get this, but yeah, you can see, yeah, so there's a little run. Right there. You can kind of see a little bit of ghosting maybe from where the old decal was, but again, if you're playing it and you drop this down 2 feet more away from you, can't see that anymore. That may be original sticker. Wonder if they taped it off and just resprayed the blue and left the original stickers on there. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't really even looked at the game. Right now, what I can see is, I have a new playfield for it, so that's going to happen. Not a huge fan of the off-white stuff kind of going on with the posts. I either do all off-white or all bright white, but you put bright white next to off-white and it just makes it look worse. So, So yeah, whenever I do the playfield, it'll probably get new plastics. More than likely it will. Just because they're kind of yellow. They're nice and flat. This is, this is a good playfield. I'm just kind of looking. Those are decals. That's interesting. That's a sticker. You can see the little trim. Huh. I wonder if they actually sell those or if they had them made or something. But that's interesting. That's cool. I wish I knew that whenever I had my last Knight Rider. So yeah, it'll probably get new plastics because I'll just want these whites. I gotta look at pictures and make sure the new ones are bright white because I don't want to order new ones and they're supposed to be off-white like this. So that needs done. Well, I'll order plastics for it. Not a big deal. That's when I also need to see, it's like, well, how good is the back glass, because that's from the same company. So something else that I'm noticing, we got Gorilla Tape. Well, let's fix this before we put the head on. That's all supposed to be black. We got Gorilla Tape over here too. Yeah. We got some white paint on the metal over here. Clean that up. That's all supposed to be black. Not a big deal. Yeah, do I want to pop the grill out and try to do it right now? Or these are usually stapled in here pretty good. Yeah. I don't know, maybe I'll just do the, I'll see how much of this I just want to repaint real quick. Get this to be black paint instead of Gorilla Tape. Because what I was going to do, obviously, put legs on it, put the head on it, stand it up, hook it up, play it. Let's go ahead and get that done out of the way is what I was thinking. Or at least in this video, just kind of, right off the bat here, we can just kind of show what's going on. This is really nice shape. I haven't seen anything. The displays are all, you got pin side on one side, you got some plasmas in there, you have a LED display on one side without the foam. So guess what? Getting wolf backs. Again, I'll have to decide what color I want to do. I don't know if I should do like blue or red. I'll have to see what goes with the back glass. But, so let me go ahead and paint that real quick, I guess, and then we'll lower it down and put the head on and get a look at it. Okay, so about 5 minutes later, so there's still some wet spots on there that are kind of glossy, but I just hit it with some gloss black. Not gloss black, jet black, which is kind of a deep black. I mean, it's just, it'd probably actually be a little bit darker of a black if it was like a satin or gloss. Matte black tends to have like a charcoal kind of almost like a dark gray effect to it. There's still some like stuff on here from the, I was noticing that's like the saran wrap from because this has new rails on it. So there's still little pieces of saran wrap around it that I need to take off. But got the tape off, painted that all black. So that'll look nice. That'll be hard to get to. I did not do the grill because I would want to, it doesn't need it. I mean, whatever. So yeah, it's got a bunch of these little little saran wrap things on it. So, but what I want to do is now, take the power cord out of the head first. We're going to lower this down, put the head on, and take a look. Okay, so I went ahead and already put it back in the corner, just so I can work on it if it needs anything, whatever. It's pretty much going to be playable. I'm not, but I got to put it together and whatever. But, I mean, should be playable. At least it was before I packed it up. But I might just leave No Fear out there whenever it shows up tomorrow until somebody buys Foo Fighters, and I'll put this one there, and then I'll put whatever game I'm working on in the corner. So One thing that I always forget about this game, it actually has the massive heavy door. The whole thing slides out. So, and guess what? I swear I just talked about these yesterday, or in the video. Well, I guess it wasn't yesterday, but I talked about it in the video I posted today. Clip-in rectifier. I'm sure it's fine. I just don't like them. So just solder that stuff in. This is new though. So they have, I'm assuming this is all the grounds are going to one single butt connector. And then you've got, I'd have to check and see what these are. I guess those are maybe different grounds, whatever. Then they're looped together, going from one butt connector to another. And then you may have, I don't know these off the top of my head. That might be like AC voltage or whatever. And then you have a cord of stuff that's never been used because it hasn't been crimped. I mean, it worked, but yeah, I'm probably gonna redo all that. I don't know, assuming the wires are long enough, which, I mean, they should be. I don't see why they're not long enough, but I don't like that. And I almost feel like if I'm in there anyway, I have my solder in, build it yourself rectifier board. So maybe I'll save that one for a rainy day. If I need one, I'll have it as a good spare. I mean, that's, actually, what brand is that? Evolution Evolved. I'd have to look in. Oh, it's X-Pen. Okay. It is X-Pen. So, I mean, yeah, that's a good brand. Nothing, nothing against X-Pen. I know exactly why they do this. A lot of people have no clue how to solder. But I'm going to do a soldering board. I scratched some of this paint's coming off. So I'm going to clean up that, which again, nobody ever sees it, but this was, something on here was kind of tacky. Yeah, this is a little, I don't know what this is. It's smearing. So we're going to take all that off. Just clean it up. I mean, it just needs cleaning. Vacuum up this, kind of hit it with a dry brush, kind of get it loose and hit it with a vacuum. Not a big deal. That's awesome. That's awesome. That's awesome. So it's got the bones. Not really much to say about that. They've labeled stuff for different, 12, 14, 13. So whatever helps you remember. I mean, I know people don't like how I slide everything over to the new playfield, including the braided wire, and then I just replace it while it's on the new playfield. So people don't like how I do that, but that's how my brain works. So like I said, we'll get wolf packs. It has a couple of pin scores in here. It has 3 pin scores, but if you do all 5, we can get rid of the high voltage. Won't have 180, 190 back here anymore. It's always a good thing. The new playfield will get yopsicles. So at that point, we can get rid of that extra little wire there. Doesn't need 7-digit displays. I'm going to say that right off the bat, so there's no reason to do that. These doors are just so heavy. They try to sag, so you end up a lot of times with a hole right there under the pin because people miss. You gotta lift this up and put it in. And then you do have to turn the key on this guy. Oh, I didn't do it all the way. There we go. Okay. And actually, I'm gonna need the keys anyway. So let me lift up the playfield, take the glass. This glass looks like brand new. So we'll have to, I mean, it's not Invisiglass or anything or voodoo, but it's nice. And I mean, normally the big shop light's not on, so, but we gotta take the glass out, take the playfield out because all of the harnesses are down there. So we gotta hook those back up. Give me a second. Okay, I tell you what, that thing That is majorly cupped. But that's impressive. Yeah, and these are all just stickers, and those are really cupped. I mean, that's actually sunk in. You can see it through the sticker. How about that one sunk? But we're talking, this is 1977, I think. One of the first SS's. I don't think it's the first, but it's real low down there. First couple at least, between Mata Hari and which one? Okay, I'm not thinking about that right now. So that puts it at 50 years old this year. So looks better than me, and I'm not 50 yet. Yeah, these are little stickers over the arrows. That's all getting replaced, so I'm not worried about it. This would be a great wall hanger, pretty much. I don't know. Yeah, that's like purple. I mean, unless somebody makes me a real good offer on it, I like to keep all my old ones and hang them and light them up in the hallway, so they become wall art. Kind of like, there's a Black Knight back there. That's the only one I have in this room. Then I have a hallway full of them, of all the playfields I've swapped. The only playfield that I did sell was Stellar Wars, because nobody's ever made a replacement Stellar Wars. And I know people out there that have some really messed up ones, and mine wasn't that bad. So I did sell my Stellar Wars just because I figured it needed to be out there. So, and he offered to sell me his, you know, kind of trade or whatever, so I could have his old one and then hang the old one on the wall, but I just let it go. I wasn't that worried about it, but can't keep them all. I don't have that much wall space. So, okay, let's lift this up. I guess we could just lift it up and take the playfield completely out, because we're gonna have to open up that door and wire it up, and it's easier. My arms don't like to fit down that hole, so let's just take the playfield out and wire up the back box. Okay, so I went ahead and wired it all up, as you can see. I haven't removed any of the tape. I'll do that later. I'll probably use that as a kind of a guide, as like check the pins or repinned or whatever, and I'll take the tape off as I go through it. Because another thing I found that I don't like, this connector right here. Well, it's not keyed, and then on top of that, it's not the same direction as, you know, you can see the pins on the back here. Well, for the pins to be on the back, it would have to be this way, and that's not the way the wires are hanging. So then, luckily, since it's an all-tech, you can kind of go like this and be like, well, left flipper, right flipper, orange and green. And I came back over here, and I checked, and there's orange, and there's green. So that's another way I verified that this goes this way, because another thing is, not the right size connector. But I know pin 1 and pin 2 are those two. So, there's another one. Yeah, this one down here, they're not all used, so I get it. But again, not a full length connector right there. So I'd rather redo that. And then, yeah, I'm just gonna see how I feel about it. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a fan of butt connectors. And I don't know, I'm sure it works 100% fine. So, but that's it. That's the only thing that I noticed was, mainly that connector bugs me, that it's not keyed, and it's backwards, and it's the wrong size. So I was like, at least have it keyed. If you had it keyed, then it wouldn't, all the other things wouldn't matter. Those need thrown in the tumbler, vacuum it out. I mean, it looks so much worse in camera, but usually this stuff, if you use a brush vacuum, that'll stuff will all come out. So I don't really want to grind it in with my hands. So, I guess let me pause this again. I'm going to lay the playfield all the way back down in here. And I need to get to the other side and plug it in, and we'll turn it on and see what happens. Okay, doing the smoke test, just plugged it in. We'll turn it on, listen for any coils to lock on. I think with this game, one thing that I remember that sticks out in my head is even if the game, you know, it doesn't have a tracked mode. But what's weird is if you hit a switch or hit the flippers still work. If you hit a switch, it'll still go through like the bonus. Like it's like you're in a game, but the chimes aren't working. It's not scoring. It's kind of weird because that threw me off on my last. I don't know if that'll be different since this one has an All-Tech, but that's how the original MPU was. Let's turn it on, count the dings, see what happens. GI works. We don't have any dings. Soundboard doesn't work. No dings, no soundboard. What are we gonna do? I gotta fix the soundboard. We're gonna have to recap it, and who knows what's going on with the soundboard on this thing. So yeah, booted up. Cause yeah, well, you can't see this, can you? You can't see that. So if you watch the arrow, I think it's, see, yeah, so that worked. One of these advanced bonus. Yeah, so that moved, you can't see any of this. That moved the arrows down here. If I hit this, not the arrows, but the interstate signs. So as I hit that, that's moving. And then it's also changing. I can't really see the phone right now, just so you know. But as I hit that, it's also doing a random thing for the advanced bonus, but we have no chimes. Because the game is not on. And I think, oh, nope, no flippers. No flippers, okay. So, let me move you out of the way here a little bit. There you go. I shouldn't worry too much. You guys are used to horrible videos if you're watching my channel. I say that every video, and you guys just, some of you just keep coming back. I don't know if you're as bored as I am or what. Yeah, horrible videos, horrible. Try this. Move my stand a little bit here. Whoa. Stand did not like that. You okay with that point of view for a minute? Can I zoom out of here? Here we go. I need a ball. Ball. Throw this one in the polisher too. It's in good shape, but it could use a polish. There is no glass in it, obviously. Do we have credits? We do not have credits. I think these have a free play option on the Bally. On Bally All-Techs, I'm pretty sure if you turn off the credit display, you can have free play. But for now, I don't have a key. The key's up there, and I don't have a key to the back box. Wow, that pop bumper's going batshit. So is that. So is that. I wonder if that's a control lamp. Do we have something going on with the... Okay, they all go nuts if I disconnect the jumper. So, okay. That connector needs repinned. As I mess with it, that's coming in and out. So, okay. Note to self. Control lamp connector needs repinned. I hit start, nothing happens. Game over. Did I forget to plug something in? No, I wonder if we can go through the... We have credits, but it didn't start a game. But obviously, I'm going through the menu on the displays, resetting the game. we have 4 credits. We have no start button. But I know the harness is good because obviously I can add credits and yeah, I can add credits and whatever I was just talking about. The menu button works. That's lamps. Why am I messing with that? So it's not letting me boot for some reason. Well, it booted, but it's not letting me. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to start checking some wires here. It will not let me start a game. Okay, well, I got some work to do, I guess. Trying to think of something quick and simple that might be. Besides the fact. Okay, you're coming for the ride on this one. I'm going to show you what I just found. So with the coin door, whoops, you're over here. With the coin door unlocked, that was hitting the diode for the start button. Literally, I went like that, and then it worked. So I always have these go down. Going up to me is weird. So I already thought about changing that as it was, but now it's definitely getting changed out. So that's pretty funny. Hey, easy fix. Get you back in the stand. So that's nice. Shut the back box. Time is it? 9 o'clock. Okay. No, I was just thinking because I have other stuff I was going to try to get done tonight. So I need the keys to the back box to lock the freaking. This thing needs a thumb lock. It needs 2 thumb locks because I'm not going to mess with keys, and this is already annoying me. Short trip, right? Okay, so we have 0 points. We have 3 credits, and we're on ball 1. Try again. Those sound good. I haven't, yeah, this thing is leaning hard. I didn't check. Tilt, slope, nothing. It's leaning to the left bad. There we go. We are at 24,850 points. No. Not my fault, it's leaning too hard. It's the best part about chime games, ripping the spinner. But, okay. It seems like everything, honestly, I'm gonna have to use my finger. Let's use my finger. Okay. What special? I figured those would get messed up on the drive. I mean, it works. These are gonna be fun. I barely spun that thing. I love it. One's up here. Yep. Everything works. Okay, we're done. I don't know. I'm looking at the back box. I might leave this one orange. I don't know. I might just do some classic, just orange wolf packs in this one. Maybe. But it does have LEDs in it, which look like they might be the right color that I run too. It's just everything around it's such a the GI looks like it might be the right color, so I can reuse those possibly. I haven't had the back glass out of it yet, so I don't know if we're just missing a lot of bulbs, but it's like I can tell we have a couple behind Knight Rider and then we have a couple right here, but the whole outside looks like it's dark. I mean, I guess I can change by just looking at the GI braid on the back and see where all the sockets are, but yeah, I like this game. Did I start a game? Kick the ball out. Oh yeah, I did start a game because I did everything with my finger. Yeah. So yeah, I just need to see what color, what other color people have done for posts. 'Cause I don't like the off-white. I'd rather do a pure white or maybe a red. But I don't want to do anything like yellow or blue, or I don't think I want to do anything crazy with it. So I would say, hey, I already beat my previous score, but that's a lie because, oh, you guys can't even see what I'm doing. Jeez, guys, use your outdoor voice. You know I'm deaf and I can't hear you. No! Oh! I think the being off level, it brought it over to the left just enough that I could catch it with the tip of the flipper. There we go. These inserts are sunk so bad. It's a good looking playfield, probably because of the stickers and everything, but man, these are so sunken. Yeah, I do not feel bad for putting a new playfield in this. Somebody did little black stickers around all of them. So that's interesting. Oh, that almost stalled out in that insert. Oh. Flippers feel pretty good. I'll probably take a look at them, but they might. If anything, I feel like the button on the side of the cabinet needs stiffened up a little bit. Like the leaf isn't putting any pressure on the button. I like a little bit more feedback. Ah, I'm out. Okay. Okay, there you go. I'm calling it a night. It works. It plays. Everything works. When's the last time I bought a game that everything worked? Stranger Things, new in box, everything worked. Actually, one of the optic sensors was a little wonky, and I didn't like how it was aligned behind the metal because the metal was curved. And the way it was curved like this, the optic sensor was coming straight out. So I adjusted the optic sensor to where the optic sensor was pointing into the hole instead of like straight towards me. It was pointing like Yeah, because the box was like this, and it was curving this way, so I adjusted the box to where it was this way, and it's been perfect ever since. That was Stranger Things, so I can't even say my Stranger Things was perfect out of the box. Oh, jeez. Yeah, there you go. I really enjoy this game. Yeah. I'm just kind of looking at the cabinet. I mean, yeah, it's a little rough on the front. It's got a bunch of dirt in the... I'm almost kind of curious if I just taped that off and then kind of like wet sanded it and then just resprayed the red only. Because there's a bunch of weird fibers or something in the front. But I have a feeling if I ended up doing that, then it's going to end up to like I end up repainting the whole cabinet. And that's not something I think needs done. So, but I wouldn't mind smoothing it out a little bit if I could. We'll see. But it's good. Everything works. Well, so next video, I guess, it's probably going to get a rectifier. Definitely going to get yopsicles. I'm just trying to think. The yopsicles I don't mind doing now because then that way whenever I do the playfield, I just slide everything over to the new playfield and it's already done. So it kind of makes my playfield swap go by a lot faster because it's already done. Does need plastics. Maybe I'll see. I know Marco has them. Since I don't think I need a back glass, so I need to check the bulbs in the back glass. If I don't need a back glass, I'll just see if like Marco or something has plastics for it, because they're going to be CPR plastics. They're just going to be from Marco. So yeah, maybe decals for the apron because my OCD doesn't like this. Everything has to be centered and level. And what happened there, buddy? I don't know. This one's like, it's like way up on this side and it's touching over here, and you gotta, I'm getting too many shadows to where you can tell in person, but it's hanging over on that edge. So that sticker I want to redo. But if you buy a kit, you probably need them all to match. So that, and you do have this scuff over here. So the blue on the apron, that's fine. It can stay that way. I can tell that this has been repainted. Not bad. I mean, I'm literally being extremely picky before I even just now noticed it. So, yeah, so I may just, whenever I do the playfield swap, the wood rails just might get repainted. They look undamaged. So it just maybe I'll sand these down and paint them. I don't think they need replaced. I know Ibis, I think it is, on Pinside. I've used his rails a couple times before. They're perfect. They're amazing. So yeah, this sticker right here is peeling up a little bit too. So it looks fine though. I'm not going to replace it, but I just noticed this corner was just poking up. So yeah, these have been replaced. So it's weird that one, they wiped through it and it's been replaced already before. I do have new decals for the targets, so I'll probably just go ahead and buy bright white targets. I'm kind of thinking red posts, because if I do bright white targets and then bright white rubbers, I'm kind of thinking red posts. So I guess let me know. I'm going to go ahead and I know I just posted Elvira, but I'm going to go ahead and post this one because that's part one. It works. It plays. It's good. Technically, I don't need to do anything. But we're going to do stuff to it. We got it, right? Because, yeah, I mean, technically all the displays work. I have plasmas if I want all the plasmas to work. But it bugs me how, like, that one doesn't have foam, so you can see all the white stuff in between all the numbers, and you can see the commas. And then that's a plasma. That's a pen score that does have foam. That one does have foam. I don't know what she's staring at, but whatever. So yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to match. It's not a big deal. I can put it off. I can wait. I would like to put a flasher bulb, a blinking bulb behind the number 1, 2, 3, 4. It's just a regular bayonet. You put it in there and blinks. I do that in all my early SS games. That way it's a little bit more obvious what player you're on, because all 4 displays are on at the same time. So it's not just like one display is on. So, okay. I think it all just may just be the angle of the light or something. Because I just see all this fuzz. I think probably, like, realistically, well, it's the other light. If I just had the other lights on, you know, obviously, but I don't know, lights are usually dark in here. And in case you didn't know, obviously I have Perfect, and then behind that's 8-Ball, and behind that's Meteor. So, and I asked you guys to vote on what I should do next, and you guys are all voting for Meteor, and I just did a Meteor. And don't get me wrong, when I do my Meteor, I want to do a lot of extra stuff to it. And I just have so many other games coming in and out of here right now. Customer games, whatever. And then I feel like I need to slow down for a minute. We just got through 4th of July. That's a huge event for me in my house. And I just did 2 playfield swaps back to back. So I'm not against doing another playfield swap, but there's a lot of stuff I want to try out on that Meteor whenever I do it. I'm going to do light up posts. I'm going to do some of the posts will always be on until you trigger something. And then whenever you trigger it, it'll flash the bulb. I'm going to try wiring up some like miniature relays on there. So like when the slings go off, when the sling goes off, it'll actually turn the bulbs off. So that for that little hair of a second, you'll get off on. So it'll look like it flashed, but just not being touched, I want them on all the time. So it's going to trigger a relay that's normally closed. And then whenever you activate the sling, it'll open up and then go back to being closed. So it'll kind of give it the illusion of flashing. So, I don't know. And I love Knight Rider so much, I just don't know what I want to do with 8-Ball. I have the dilemma of, you know, if I'm going to sell it, it's worth a decent amount right now because it's in such good shape. If I put my playfield in it, it's not going to go up by $1,000, even though I just put $1,000 more into it. So, you know, it's not going to be worth $400 with a playfield in it. That playfield is in great condition. So it is kind of worth like 22, 24 range. So I don't know, but I just kind of feel like just putting it off and waiting and just kind of getting through other projects and then seeing what happens. Because right now I feel like I have too many games in here, being honest, but I have several games in here that aren't mine. So when those games leave, you know, I don't want to have an empty arcade because I'm like, you know, everybody else's games left. So, because I have 3 here right now that aren't mine. And technically, if I straighten that one up, I could put the other one right next to it, you know, and I'm still not, you know, I've had 11 in the other room, and I think right now there's 8 or 9. So technically I could still put more in the other room. So anyway, so Knight Rider, here it is. Looks great. Glad I bought it. No regrets. So that's always a good thing, right? I'm going to throw the glass back in it, lock bar back on it, and it's good to go. I need to level it, but I'll worry about that tomorrow morning or something. But see you guys later. Like, subscribe. This is going to be the end of number 1 because I think we're probably already at 45 minutes on this because this one clip is 25 minutes. So we're probably damn near 40 minutes again. And I'll see you guys later. I did post, if you're local, I did post a tournament for, what would that be, like August 8th. We're doing Price is Right style. So you have games like Cleopatra. The goal is 75,000 without going over, 300,000 without going over, and you can play it as many times as you want over 2 hours. So anyway, if you're close to St. Louis, I'm kind of out near Grafton, Illinois. Hit me up. So see you guys later. Bye.